Hello. Hello, beautiful women. Welcome. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you who are new, I am Hannah Jane. I'm the founder of Radiant Goddess Revolution. And what I do is I activate women to step into their power so that they become so magnetic and create a life that they absolutely love. So they create success in all the ways, in all the areas, in a way that is correct for them. And that is a big part of what we are going to be talking about today with this training all about alignment. Can everyone who's hopping on say hello so I can see your beautiful faces and know who's here? If this is your first time catching me live, I would really love to know. If you are returning, obviously say hi so I can say hi back. And then for those of you who are going to be watching this on the replay, let me know in the comments down below too. Hello, beautiful Cassandra, welcome. And guys, this, just a heads up, this is real life. Hi Anna, I am fostering a puppy right now. I'm not sure if we're going to keep him, but he is really good. And then the second I turn on live camera, he gets destructive and he's in something. So just give me one moment. I will be right back. This will give everyone a chance to hop on. What are you doing, Oliver? I don't understand because my other dog is 6 and he never had these behavioral things. So just bear with me. This is my first time. Sit still. Hello, Amy Jo. Welcome. Beautiful. So let me know. He is really cute. This is a trial to make sure it's a good fit, right? Sit still. He literally has been sleeping all morning until I sit down. I swear, it's crazy. Okay. So we're going to be talking about energetic alignment and really diving deep to understand what is it, because this is something in the spiritual community, in the personal development community, it's a buzzword. And what I have found as I speak with different women is a lot of women are actually very unclear about what this is or what it means for them. Or there's this misconception that, we just come into alignment and this magical thing and everything starts working. But really alignment is a process. It's a lifelong process. And I want to explain it and help you gain a lot of clarity around it. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing today. And I would love to know let me know who is familiar with alignment. Do you understand what it is? Just let me know. I'd love to kind of know where everyone's at in their understanding of this. And then I know you will, even if you're familiar with alignment, I know you will take away something good today. So it's always good to be exposed to the information and different people's take on it and other people's energy, because we always get these little nuggets and it just helps us be activated and expand and grow even more. So let me know. I'm also going to pull it up on my computer because I'm aware that sometimes the comments don't really show up on my phone. Cassandra says she knows she needs it. Everyone needs it. If we aren't aligning, we're not growing. And we're going to get into that. Oliver, sit still, buddy. Oh my God. This dog. Okay. Let me pull up Facebook. 1 second. I don't know if you can see him in the video. He's like right here trying to sit on top of me right now. Okay. Groups. Let's go to my group. Let's turn my sound off too. Anyone else, let me know. What does alignment mean to you? What do you know about alignment? Okay, I have the comments here now. Okay, cool. So alignment, my loves, in the basic sense, what it means is that your energy is aligned, meaning that you are flowing your energy, okay? And you can look at this as like, what is the vast majority of you in alignment with? Hello, beautiful Trisha. And so you can look at this as like, what are you believing in? What are you aligning to? How are you living your life? Are parts of you split and going in different directions, or are you focused and aligned? And what are you aligning to? And we can tell this based off of the results we are producing. Okay. And so when we talk about alignment, when you hear it in the spiritual community, when you hear coaches talking about it, what they're really saying is to line up with spirit, right? Line up with God, the natural flow of life, lining up with your true authentic self, with the universe, right? Because we are not separate from that. And actually, when we are believing that we are separate from that, when we're believing in separation, it's a sign of misalignment. And that's when we start to struggle. So when we talk about alignment and flow, it means really remembering the truth of who we are, really essentially stepping into your power. And so what you can do, is you can take a look at your life and see what areas aren't flowing. Where aren't you growing? Where are you struggling? And that's where you can do alignment work, okay? And it's an inner game always. And as you do the internal work, you will be naturally prompted for the correct actions for you. This is why I see it being taught so backwards. Business coaches are a great example, because what happens with that is you'll pay a premium price to a business coach who's teaching you one model. There are infinite ways it can work, right? So I don't like how a lot of this is being taught. People don't, and some people understand this, and some people are doing it with good intentions. They just don't understand that that was their particular process. So alignment is deeply personal to each person. It's really like, what kind of relationship do you have with your inner being? What kind of relationship do you have with life, God, the universe, the creator of all that is? Fill in the blank for whatever word makes sense for you. But when we're talking about being in alignment in this sense of allowing things to flow and allowing success and allowing it to be easy, right? We're talking about being in sync with life. The natural flow of life is good. It's all good things. It's abundance. I'm so sorry, guys. 1 second. You need to sit with me. You need to sit here. Oh my gosh. I never crated my other dog. He's so good. So I don't even have a crate to put him in. Loads of guys, it might be a couple times throughout this, so just bear with me. This is a new addition for me. He's so cute, but he's so naughty. Well, I shouldn't even say he's naughty. It's literally the second I sit down to work, which is not working for me. So this is my whole vibe today. Funny how that works. Alignment. Yep. So we'll notice when the more we align, the more we're in flow with ourselves, with life, with God, with the universe, with nature. We'll notice the synchronicities, right? Things all start coming together because we're not fighting our true nature. We're going with our true nature. Please just sit still, buddy. I love you. Okay, so the nature of life is flowing and expansive. It's loving, it's abundant. So when we're in alignment with this, we experience that too, okay? Things flow easily and effortlessly in our lives when we're in alignment. On an energetic level, likely you've heard this described as having your chakras aligned, right? A lot of spiritual people talk about this, and all this means is that our energy centers, so the energetic side of you, are open to their healthy, normal state and flowing, and they're open to correctly, there's no blockages, meaning that life force energy is able to flow through you correctly. God source energy, okay? And that's what brings the beautiful results, like the money, the success, the health, the love, all the things you want, okay? But what's important to note with this is, and this is another misconception in the spiritual community, especially with practitioners. Now, I'm not saying I don't believe in healing modalities. I do, but I really teach self-healing, right? I am of the belief that the best healer is someone who guides someone to their own inner guidance, so they ultimately conduct their own healing. Because we have to remember, it's us generating it all. It's kind of like putting a Band-Aid on the issue. It's like going to a doctor and just treating your symptoms, right? Instead of getting to the root cause of what's going on. So if we're like, oh, I'm just going to go have someone align my chakras for me, that's so temporary, that's so surface level, because what's actually going on is the reason your chakras, your energy centers are misaligned, the reason why things aren't flowing is because of something going on within you. So this is the alignment work. This is what it really takes, okay? So again, for anyone who's newer to this, the idea is that we are creating everything in our lives. Our thoughts we think, the emotions we feel, and the actions we take, that's making up our energy. That's the energy we are emitting to life, and we are attracting and creating and experiencing life based off of that. You can also think of it as what lens are you viewing life through? That's how you're going to experience it, okay? And when we are not in harmony with the nature of life, when we go against our true nature, this will show up as disease in our physical bodies, as well as other areas of our life, right? Things being stagnant, things not flowing. And what I want to share with you, this may or may not be new for you, but I want to talk about the word sin, right? So I know a lot of us have been heavily conditioned just in society by religion, but many of you may have been brought up religious too. But if we go back to the Greek word for sin, it's eros. And the root of this, what it actually means is to miss the mark, right? So sinning, being out of alignment, doesn't mean you're a bad person or something's wrong with you. It's just pointing to where you are not seeing things clearly. You're not seeing the truth of who you are. And so when we're misaligned, right, we're sinning against ourselves, meaning we are not tapping into our full potential. We're not actually seeing our full power. We're not seeing our full divinity. We are not lined up with the greater part of who we are, right? And this is easy to do when we get really caught up in the physical, right? We get really caught up in what we can see, taste, touch, smell, hear, all the physical senses, the five senses, forgetting that that is just a teeny, teeny, tiny part of who we are. We are energetic beings living in an energetic universe. Okay, so when our energy is misaligned, or when we're either going fully against our nature, depending on how far away you are from your God self, from your true self, from your divinity, not that you can ever be separated from it, but how far you're perceiving yourself to be from it, right? And then other times people maybe they're not completely disconnected, but they're very misaligned. There's incongruencies, right? Like you're being authentic in one way, but then not in another, and that's actually not in keeping with the spiritual truth of who you are, right? So this is what's going to cause us to be misaligned. Ziggy, do you want to go play with him? This little dog. I hope he just sits down next to me. It'd be nice. Do you want to just sit down, buddy? Okay, so let me get back to my notes. Sorry guys, this is a little disconnected. All these distractions. Okay, so split energy, I think I just went over that, but just recap. So split energy, let's say you're really on point with your health, but money's not flowing, right? That's going to indicate split energy. When we are properly aligned, things flow all the way, right? Now, I do want to say, we're not going to be, this is how I teach, this is my understanding, we're never going to be fully aligned with God, with spirit, with life until we're out of human body. And who knows even what happens beyond this life. But as long as we are here on earth having a human experience, this is a whole process of remembering. It's a whole process of coming back home to who we are, like this ascension journey. So it's, it's not meaning anything's bad or wrong with you, but when we want to look at it from the point of view of how can I increase my results? How can I live with more ease and flow? How can I invite in more miracles? The solution is always to align more. You want to align more with God, with spirit, with life, the universe, your divinity, okay? I use these words interchangeably because I don't use God in a religious sense. I'm sure if you've been following me, you know that for a while, but just for anyone who's new so you understand. Okay, we can tell where we're misaligned, where we are not lining up with the truth of who we are based off of how we're feeling and what's showing up in our lives. So anytime we're feeling lower vibrational emotions such as guilt, shame, fear, anxiety, I'm doing a training on anxiety soon, I'll share that with you at the end, depression, doubt, anger, frustration, all those things, what those translate to physically for us will either be results that we don't like or feeling stuck and not able to make the positive changes that we desire. And when we're feeling this way, when we're having these distortions in our mind and our energetic field, what it's doing is it's really, we feel confused, we're lacking clarity. Oftentimes we'll be very negative and critical of ourselves, of others, feeling very disconnected from our own internal guidance, our intuition, disconnected from our creativity, lacking motivation or drive, low physical energy, weak personal boundaries. These are just a few, okay? This is, when we're not aligned, we're out of our power, essentially, because our power does not come from our human side. Our power comes from the greater part of who we are, which is spiritual beings, okay? So the idea with this is to get the life force energy flowing, and this is essentially all the work I lead women through in my different programs and my one-on-one work, okay? So when we're out of our power, this shows up as being stagnant in life, feeling blocked, because the life force energy is stagnant. It's not flowing. We're not syncing up with our power. And when we are in these lower vibrational vibrations, we feel it physically in our body, right? We'll feel tight, closed. They're just playing, thank God. My dog's taking care of him. They'll feel tight, closed, repressed, heavy, shut down. Versus when we're in alignment, our energy is properly flowing and we feel more open, light, expansive, and free, okay? Can kind of think of, to use a biblical reference or term, the fruits of the spirit, right? You can tell if you're flowing with spirit based off of what fruit you're bearing, right? Are you in alignment with love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, goodness, and truth? Or are you having these negative human experiences and emotions? Let me know how this is landing. I'm going to pull it up to see if I'm missing any comments. Okay, I think we're good. Now, why alignment is such a big topic is because what we understand from an energetic or spiritual perspective is that when we take action, when we are misaligned, we are extremely limited, right? This is trying to do things all on our own. That's us and our humanity thinking, oh, I'm separate from God. I'm separate from spirit. I'm going to just work really hard and earn this. And if I'm a good enough human, if I can get enough people's approval, then I will succeed. We all know that doesn't work, right? I mean, hopefully. Some people, even in this industry, you can see they're very dominant in their masculine energy. They're either like totally in their feminine energy, leaning back, not taking any responsibility, not doing any action, right? No systems in place. But then you see the people who are like heavily masculine. They're operating fully from their masculine energy of trying to force and make things happen. They're not teaming up with spirit, right? They're not teaming up with the greater part of themselves. It's really alignment is like this dance between the energies, okay? So we understand that when we take action, when we're misaligned, we're very limited. Often we do not get the results, period. Or if we do, they're very minimal. They're difficult to attain and they are very difficult to maintain. And that does not equal flow or ease or joy, right? And so misaligned action basically refers to when we are carrying so many distortions in our mind and energy that we are not realizing our connection to God, to life, to our higher selves, right? So we're in a state of perceived disconnection, and this drives us to be fully in our logic, trying to accomplish things with only our human side, feeling like we need to figure it all out and feeling like we're going in circles, basically. And when we are blocking our life force energy, we are blocking out our greatest superpower. Literally, like the force that creates the universe, we are blocking that out because the ego is telling us that we're all alone and we need to figure this all out on our own, right? So when we come into alignment, we come into agreement with life. When we join forces with spirit, we become limitless. This is how we tap into our potential. This is how we become powerful co-creators with the universe. And when we do this, literally anything is possible for us, right? And from this space, we work so much more intelligently. One aligned action is infinitely more powerful and potent than 100 or 1,000 misaligned actions. This is how you literally work smarter, not harder. This is tapping into your intelligence. So since our true nature is to be in alignment with this creative life force energy, our job to correct stagnation and misalignment and struggle in our life is literally to clean up everything that's going on within us and our lives mentally and emotionally, and any action we're taking physically that is not in agreement with the truth of who we are. And part of this work is needing to clear out the lies and the distortions that have us believing in lack, separation, fear, etc. And clean up any split or fragmented energy that we have going on. And why this can be difficult is because a lot of it's subconscious, right? We only know what we know, right? We get really heavily programmed through life. You know, you can take any of us on this live right now, and we've all grown up in very different situations. We may have similar themes going on because humanity as a whole has very similar distorted beliefs going on, but they're going to be unique to each individual. Therefore, the alignment process is unique for each individual. And what's going to be in alignment and integrity for me is not necessarily what's going to be in alignment and integrity with you. But I will tell you, the more you do the work to release everything that you're not, you begin to uncover and discover everything that you are. The beautiful, divine spark that you are, right? And there is a way for you to thrive that is unique to you, but we don't get there through struggle. We do not get there through misalignment. We get there through alignment, through realizing the truth of who we are, okay? So this process of alignment is a lifelong process. As long as we're here in the human vessel, we are not fully aligned with spirit, and that's not a bad thing. This is part of the human experience, but the faster we can do this, the more we can collapse time and open up to miracles and really open up to spirit to flow through our lives and bless us. And this is really just a journey of remembering our true nature, a process of evolving and ascending. And like I said, what we'll find as we commit to our continued growth and spiritual evolution and involvement, we keep aligning more and more. And the more and more we align, the more and more we receive aligned results. So this will show up in your life, like your business flowing, the money flowing, the health flowing, your body naturally healing. I've experienced all of these. Love and connection flowing. We experience more joy and ease, and we feel more light and free. And when we're coming into agreement with spirit, with the truth of who we are, life keeps getting better and better. Let me read what Trisha says. She says it is a lifelong journey. Yes, it is. And what happens, though, is a lot of people aren't even doing any of this, right? They're just struggling. They're just going to work, paying bills, and then die. And that is truly not why we're here. We're here to be creators. We're here to realize our potential. We're here to wake up and remember who we are and have fun stepping into our power. Like, I'll tell you, nothing's more fun than realizing just how capable you are in creating and then watching yourself break another glass ceiling. Like, this is amazing. This is what we're here to do. We're not here to suffer. No, Ziggy, that's a human construct. That's a construct of the ego, okay, that wants to keep us away from our divinity. Because, do you want to sit with Mama? Hang on, guys, sorry. My little doggies, come here. Oliver jumps all over everything, and then this is my sweet little OG Ziggy. He doesn't jump so easily, so he needs help. You want to sit next to Mama? Good boy. Okay, so in the beginning, so why a lot of people are stuck is that it's difficult to really get started on your alignment. And the reason why is because for the most part, we're blind to all of the ways that we are disconnected from our true nature because we're so heavily programmed in society. We just grow up and we're modeled a certain way of living, and we just assume that's it, right? Cassandra says she's not even saying that for herself too. Yep. Okay, so we're so heavily programmed, right? We just grow up in this little box and we just assume that's how it is. Or when we see someone living something different, we just think, oh, well, they're different, right? Oh, they're wealthy. Oh, they're lucky. Oh, they're just naturally healthy, whatever, right? We make up these things. We don't realize that we have access to all of it. We literally contain the codes for anything we desire to experience. It's up to us to express it. And we do this as we align, right? So basically, we've been taught everything backwards. And I'm sure as you work on your personal development, you begin to uncover this, right? We've been living life in accordance to all of these lies. And so we have a lot of momentum built up in the opposite direction. And this is why it's really difficult to get started, okay? So one of the main things to note here is that when we're out of integrity with ourselves and disconnected, we are out of touch with our intuition, which in turn makes us not trust life, let alone ourselves. And part of huge part of aligning is really trusting ourselves to make the moves we need to make and to not need external validation. Because if we're dependent on what's going around us or what someone tells us is possible or all that we've seen, that doesn't really leave any room for growth, let alone the soul growth that our own unique soul desires, right? So the more we can let go of the things we're not, the more we find who we are. And as we do that, we build this integrity and trust with ourselves, and we really access the infinite intelligence that is within us with our own unique process to thrive. And not trusting ourselves is some of the biggest resistance we create for ourselves. This is what will block us the most. This is what will really slow down, if not stop completely, our growth process. And this is what blocks us. Okay, it keeps us stagnant. So the key here is that the faster you can unlearn the bad habits that are keeping you stuck, the quicker you can align and you can let things flow and you can experience all of your good, okay? Now, when we do this, when we talk about going quantum and collapsing time, I love to teach on this. This is what I teach in my group program, Desire Queen. We start operating with the greater part of who we are, because God, spirit, the universe is not limited by space and time, right? They don't operate on they don't operate on linear time. So they're not bound by time or space. Those are human constructs that bind us to the 3D, right? So the faster we can get on board with our spirit, with our soul, and play bigger and really expand and hold more of who we are, and I'll be that vessel for life to flow through, we get faster results and we begin to collapse time, and things don't make logical sense because we're not working with logic. We're not working with time and space. We're working beyond that. We're working with the infinite, which we're directly related to. We're a part of it. There's no separation. So it's really clearing out all the distortions that tell us we're separate, okay? And this is where you hear people making quantum leaps, collapsing time. This is how we access miracles, through utilizing the greater part of who we are versus just working with our little 3D human sides of ourselves, okay? We're here to bring heaven on earth. Okay, it's not like heaven's this thing we go to when we die. No, we're not here trapped. We're here to experience what powerful creators we are. And that's really exciting. That's really fun. So the work I do with women in all of my programs, whether it's like any of my containers, right, or one-on-one, is all about your personal energetic alignment, right? Of course, it looks slightly different for each person, and along each stage of your expansion is going to be shifting, because you're constantly growing and evolving, and all it is really is fine-tuning your energy. And that's why I offer a variety of different programs as well as one-on-one support. And I'll share briefly at the end the ways you can work with me. But I hope that this helped give you a clearer understanding of what alignment is. And I would love to hear from you. Is this resonating? Is it landing? And what's your process been with alignment? Are you trusting yourself? Do you even know how to start aligning? What's going on? I would love to hear. Let me know. Let me pull up the comments again. Trisha says, every time I align, there's something else coming up to work on next. Always more, always next level. Yes, because, that's our nature. That's the nature of spirit, always expanding. Look to the universe is constantly expanding. We're not separate from it. So it's a crazy thing that humans we've convinced ourselves that we're separate from this, that everything in nature expands, just not us, right? That's crazy. Or that we think we're doing it all on our own. We're not. So that concludes, my loves, what I have to say about alignment today. And I intend that this triggered something in you, that it activated something, that it gave you another little nugget of gold to help you kind of complete within yourself, connect the dots and really understand perhaps where you're misaligned and where you can do more internal work to really shift and come into alignment with all the good that you are here to experience. What does Anna say? I don't really know what you mean about trusting myself. I guess I don't know much of this. Yeah, so Anna, when we're misaligned, when we're really disconnected, when we're not practicing being in our power, we typically are stagnant, meaning we're not taking any action at all. We feel like completely out of our power, we're giving it away. Or when we have taken actions, we've taken it from a misaligned place, meaning we were so heavily influenced by what we thought we should do, or what we think other people need from us, or what we think will get results instead of what our souls actually truly want. Right? We deeply do not trust ourselves, right? Think about every time as a child that you were told you were doing something wrong, or you were following your joy and you got shamed or punished, or like something taken away, right? So we come up with all of these beliefs that it's not safe to trust ourselves. And so we either don't take action at all, or when we do take it and we're taking it from a misaligned place, we're getting misaligned results. And then we make that mean something, meaning that then we're saying, see, look, I can't trust myself. Every time I try to be free, look what happens. I get shitty results. But that's not the case. It's because we're not doing that work. So when someone like you, Anna, is coming to me and saying, I'm just completely confused, that's a sign that there's just so much going on and you don't even really know where to start. So we have to start stripping away all the things that aren't working. We need to start aligning your energy. We need to get you taking your power back, and then the trust will naturally come, because then spirit is flowing and we're not so disconnected from it. I promise you, each and every one of you has your own internal guidance within you. It's just a matter of whether or not anyone's taught you how to access it. Okay, so before we hop off, I want to share with you, I'm doing another master class, and actually this might be really good for you, Anna. It's all about anxiety. Now if you go under the guides tab, there's a free training I did about anxiety. So if anyone's catching this live or on the replay and like not sure if they have anxiety, I guarantee everyone has some level of it, right? Anxiety is a byproduct of misalignment. When we're misaligned, we feel really anxious, meaning when we think we're separate from God, from our creator, from the good things we want, that creates anxiety. So you can go back and watch that training. That's a free training under the guides tab, but I am hosting a master class in a week. So next Monday, same time, and I'll be announcing everything officially in the group with the sign up link and everything, to really go beyond that free training, right? So if you want to kind of get the preview of how is anxiety showing up in your life, is this something you want to work on more, you can go watch the free training. But if you know this is something you're desiring to shift, right, clearing anxiety is basically part of the work to align, right? We cannot be accessing our own inner guidance. We cannot receive the clarity and the certainty when we are in a state of frantic energy, when we're in fight or flight. We don't even have time to access that intelligence because we're literally just in survival mode, doing things out of habit, purely based off of survival. That is not thriving. That is rooted in lack and fear. So a big part of this is really calming the nervous system and learning different tools. So in this, this is going to be a paid masterclass. I'm going to be diving much deeper into the subject. And so not only are we going to be talking about how you're experiencing it and why you're experiencing it, so you can understand what needs to shift, I'm going to be sharing with you tools and practices that you can start on your own to really jumpstart your self-healing as it pertains to anxiety, which is really direct. Like, as you do this work, you will start aligning. Okay. I'm also going to be leading you through a clearing session as well, which is beautiful. I love doing healing and clearing sessions. I don't do them so much just in my normal lives, but I like to do them when I teach and in my programs. And I will also be, for any of you who attend live, I'll be answering your questions as we go, but I will also open it up for Q&A at the end to address any other questions and make sure you have a full, complete understanding of it. So I'm really excited for that. It's going to be next Monday. Early bird, if you want in on this, is $33. And I'm going to be offering that until 5 p.m. this Friday. I think Friday, hang on guys, let me grab my calendar. Friday is the 16th, okay? So 5 p.m. on the 16th, Pacific Standard Time, it will be open for early bird for $33. And then after that, it'll go up to $55, okay? If you have not done any of my paid master classes, just to let you know, you have lifetime access. No matter if you buy the replay or you sign up early bird, you get lifetime access, okay? So I'll be sharing the sign up link later today. If you know for sure you want to hop in for the early bird, just send me a DM, send me a message, and I can make sure I get you the link directly. Let me check the comments really quickly. Cassandra says, this really puts it heavy on my heart to be more intentional with my time. Yes, that's part of managing your energy. That's actually a lot of what we go through in Radiant Confidence. So in just a moment, I'm going to share with you guys all the different programs, because I know sometimes I just share one or two. I want to share with you all the different ways to work with me for those of you who would like to hear more about that, okay? Trisha says, I'm in. Sounds awesome. Your last masterclass was amazing. Wonderful. I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing that too, Trisha. And then if anyone is catching this live or the replay, the last masterclass was all about, sorry, I'm switching through my tabs here. The last masterclass was all about money, how to really understand what's going on with our energy when we're experiencing issues with money or feeling tight or blocked. So it's really to help you flow your energy and create more abundance in your life. So if you want to get in on that, the replay of that is only $44. That's lifetime access. You can always message me for any of the links. Okay, so my love, thank you for joining me live. If you are complete here, thank you so much for joining me. I will catch you soon. If you want to hear a little bit more about the programs, feel free to stay. I'm just going to briefly explain the different ways I can support you, just so you're aware, and you can reach out to me with any questions, okay? So the current ways to work with me right now, I have self-study courses, I have group programs, and I also offer private mentoring, okay? So the self-study courses are lifetime access, and they're a wonderful way to get introduced to me and the way I teach. They're the foundations of what I teach. So for anyone who's never invested in themselves before or is looking to get started and maybe don't have the money to invest in a group program or one-on-one mentoring, it's a lower entry point. You have lifetime access. If you're someone who trusts yourself to lead yourself and do the work, this is awesome. For those, we have Radiant Confidence, Emotional Rehab, and Manifest Clear Skin. So these are all Manifest Clear Skin. I love that one. That is for anyone who's struggling with skin problems. It doesn't have to be acne. It could be like rosacea, anything. Because for me, when things are showing up physically, it's a sign of an emotional imbalance. So that I struggled with adult cystic acne, and as I healed my emotions and also changed my mindset towards skin and my body and all of these things, I watched my skin clear before my very eyes. And I actually, for those of you who are new to my world, I have a YouTube channel, and the videos that do the best on there are the ones where I'm talking about how to heal acne. So I was inspired by some of the people who asked me on my YouTube to make that course. So that's what that one is. It's a beautiful internal healing journey. And of course, we tie it in specifically to how to really manifest clear skin, how to get out of the resistance, all of that, because it's difficult to shift things when you have things already manifested that you don't want. So that one's specific to that. Emotional rehab is for anyone who struggles with feeling like they're a yo-yo with their emotions, and especially if it's showing up in any ways such as like self-sabotage, right? So if you've experienced any type of abuse or trauma, likely this would be a good course for you. But again, reach out to me with any questions. I'm always happy to chit chat with you and make sure we find the best fit. Radiant Confidence is my beginner alignment program. So this is where I lead you through a beautiful journey of stepping into your power, really stepping into your sovereignty by cleaning up your energy and cleaning up your life and finding where you misaligned with the woman you want to be. And we get you really clear and focused and magnetic, okay? It's beautiful. And I lead this one also as a group program because I understand that in the beginning, it's really, well, I like support all the time, but in the beginning, especially as we're starting this work, it's important to have support. So if you are desiring to do this in a group setting, you get the lifetime access to the content as well as 4 bi-weekly group calls. So you can kind of go through it at the pace of 8 weeks, 2 weeks per module. And then you get the support with me in a group setting to make sure that you're really integrating and embodying and having a full understanding of it. So there's 2 options with that, okay? And then the next level I have is Desire Queen. Now this is not any digital content. This is led mastermind style. It's a faster pace. It's the next level group program. It's higher touch with me. It's basically an advanced manifestation process where we really focus on fine-tuning your energy so that you become the master of your reality, okay? And this is for women who've already been investing in themselves, who already have been working on their alignment, and they're ready to now bring it all together and really expand their capacity to hold their next level of personal power. This is for women who are ready to play in the quantum field and collapse time and really elevate to their next level. We meet twice a week for 6 weeks. All of the content I lead you through is taught mastermind style. And we also have a private Facebook community for additional support and connection and implementation integration, okay? And then the last option is one-on-one private mentoring. Let me have a sip of my tea. I've been making fresh ginger tea lately and just, it's the best. I highly recommend. Okay, so the private mentoring, what that looks like with me is it's a 3-month commitment, and I work intimately with you to work through whatever you need, whatever's going on, whatever you're desiring to shift. So it's the most customizable. Obviously, I'm able to meet you exactly where you're at and really support you. You get daily access to me, so that's big. I know a lot of coaches, some do, some don't offer that. I do. We do weekly calls, and then you have unlimited access to me for messaging support. Obviously, like after a certain time in the evening, I'm not going to respond. And I really make sure that the energy is clean and the women for the one-on-one are aligned, because it's important to me to make sure that we're on the same page and that this is a good fit, because this is such an intimate way of working with each other, and I only open up a few spaces for it because that's just my capacity in addition to the other programs I lead, okay? So you get the access to me via Voxer. And then I also offer for anyone who is interested in this, when you pay in full for the 3 months, you also get lifetime access to whatever one of my courses you want to pick, okay? I find that women who are really desiring the one-on-one support also really enjoy having some content to work through. Of course, I can lead you through any of that, but the women who are really ready to show up for themselves and go all in enjoy having the content to work through on their own. And then, you know, they can message me for any questions or support. It's really good if you're really serious about aligning quickly, so you can make those quick little shifts, having that messaging support. Okay, and then if when the 3 months is up, if you desire to renew, you can access any other course I've created too if you would like as well. So that's just how I lead everything. Those are my current offers. I really thank you for spending this time with me. It's been beautiful to see some new faces and some of the beautiful women I already have been connecting with. I know, Trisha, you said you want in on the anxiety masterclass. If anyone else knows they want in on it, just send me a message. I will get you the link. I haven't created the link yet, so that's what I'm doing this afternoon. And then I'll be posting it and sharing it to my page and the group as well. But thank you for joining me. Did you learn anything new? Did this motivate you to work more on your alignment? Do you feel like you have a clearer, more fuller understanding? I would love to know. Let me know before we hop off. Cassandra says, yes, it was really great. I don't know if you were talking about right now or if I'm catching that late, if you were talking about the money manifestation masterclass. Trisha says she can't wait. Wonderful. It was lovely connecting with you again. Have a beautiful Monday. Thank you for being here. And to anyone who catches the replay who is new, I know there's new members every week in here. Welcome. If you have any questions, just comment below. I will be happy to get back and respond to you, okay? Have a beautiful day. You're welcome, Anna. Have a beautiful day, and I will catch you soon, okay? Oh, one other thing I forgot to say is that with the self-study courses, I don't have a split payment option because they're all like lower end. For any of the programs, there's split payment option. So there's the option to have a down payment and then like a two payment after that. So just know that as well, okay? And I think I let Cassandra know this, but what I have actually done, my soul has been nudging me for Radiant Confidence, have it open enrollment. So the way that's going to go is when you even if you do the payment plan, as soon as you do the down payment, you get access to the online content. That digital content is yours, okay? And then the group calls, they're bi-weekly, and I'm just going to be holding those regularly. So you just hop in whenever you're ready, okay? Whenever you start. So that's how that works. If you have any questions, just reach out. Have a beautiful day, and I will talk with you all soon.